ProsperityClassics.com presents The Science of Getting Rich. For full mastery of the principles contained within, download the study guide and follow along from ProsperityClassics.com. Chapter 10. Further Use of the Will. You cannot retain a true and clear vision of wealth if you are constantly turning your attention to opposing pictures, whether they be external or imaginary. Do not tell of your past troubles of a financial nature, if you have had them. Do not think of them at all. Do not tell of the poverty of your parents or the hardships of your earlier life. To do any of these things is to mentally class yourself with the poor, and, the time being, and it will certainly check the movement of things in your direction. Put poverty and all things of that pertaining to poverty completely behind you. You have accepted a certain theory of the universe as being correct, and are resting all your hopes of happiness on its being correct. What can be gained by giving heed to conflicting theories? Do not read books which tell you that the world is soon coming to an end, and do not read writings of muckrakers and pessimistic philosophers who tell you that it is going to the devil. The world is not going to the devil, it is going to God. It is a wonderful becoming. True, there are many things in existing conditions which are disagreeable, but what is the use of studying them when they are certainly passing away, and when the study of them tends to only slow their passing and keep them with us? Why give them attention to things which are being removed by evolutionary growth, when you can hasten their removal only by promoting the evolutionary growth as far as your part of it goes? No matter how horrible in seeming may be the conditions in certain countries, sections, or places, you waste your time and destroy your own chances by dwelling on them. You should interest yourself in the world becoming rich. Think of the riches the world is coming into instead of the poverty it is growing out of. And bear in mind that the only way in which you can assist the world in growing rich is by growing rich yourself, through the creative method, not the competitive one. Give your attention wholly to riches. Do not focus on poverty. Whenever you think or speak of those who are poor, think and speak of them and as those who are becoming rich, as those who tend to be congratulated rather than pitied. Then their others will catch the inspiration and begin to search for their way out. Because I say that you are to give your whole time and mind and thought of riches, it does not follow that you are to be a sordid or mean. To become really rich is the noblest aim you can have and give in life, for it includes everything else. On the competitive plane, the struggle to get rich is a godless scramble for power over others. But when we come into the creative mind, all this has changed. All that is possible in the way of greatness, of service and lofty endeavor, comes by the way of getting rich, because all is made possible by the use of things. You can aim at nothing so great or noble, I repeat, as to become rich, and you must fix your attention upon your mental picture of wealth, to the exclusion of all that may tend to dim or obscure the vision. Some people maintain in poverty because they are ignorant of the fact that there is wealth for them, and these can best be taught by showing them the way to affluence in your own person and practice. Others are poor because they feel that there is a way out. They are too intellectually indolent to put forth the mental effort necessary to find that way and travel it. For these, the best thing you can do is arouse their desire by showing them the happiness that comes from being rightly rich. Others still are poor because while they have some notion of science, they have become so swamped and lost in the maze of theories they do not know which road to take. They try a mixture of many systems and fail in all. For these, again, the very best thing to do is show the right way in your own person and practice. An ounce of doing things is worth a pound of theorizing. The very best thing you can do for this whole world is to make the most of yourself. You can serve God and humanity in no more effective way than by getting rich, that is, if you get rich by the creative method and not by the competitive one. Another thing, we assert that this book gives in detail the principles of the science of getting rich, and if that is true, you do not need to read any other book upon the subject. This may sound narrow and egotistical, but reconsider. There is no more scientific method of computation in mathematics than an addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. No other method possible. There can be but one shortest distance between 2 points. There is only one way to think scientifically, and that is to think in the way that leads by the most direct and most simple route to the goal. No one has yet formulated a briefer or less complex system than the one set out forth here. It has been stripped of all non-essentials. When you commence on this, lay all others aside, put them out of your mind altogether. Read this book every day, keep it with you, commit it to memory, and do not think about other systems and theories. If you do, you will begin to have doubts, and you will be uncertain and wavering in your thought, and then you will begin to make failures. After you have made good and become rich, you may study other systems as much as you please. And read only the most optimistic comments in the world's news, those in harmony with your picture. Also, do not dabble in theosophy, spiritualism, or kindred studies. Perhaps the dead still live and are near, but if they are, let them alone, mind your own business. Wherever the spirits of the dead may be, they have their own work to do, and we have no right to interfere with them. We cannot help them, and it is very doubtful whether they can help us, or whether we have the right to trespass upon their time if they can. Let the dead and hereafter alone, and solve your own problem. Get rich. If you begin to mix with the occult, you will start mental cross-currents, which will surely bring your hopes to shipwreck. Now, this and the preceding chapters have brought us the following statement of facts, which are: there is a thinking stuff, from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. A person can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. In order to do this, a person must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. He must form a clear mental picture of things he wants and hold this picture in his thoughts with the fixed purpose to get what he wants and the unwavering faith that he does get what he wants, closing his mind against all that may tend to shake his purpose, dim his vision, or quench his faith. And in addition to this, we shall now see he must live and act in a certain way. If you want to really master the science of getting rich, go to prosperityclassics.com and download your free Science of Getting Rich study guide, your free Science of Getting Rich audiobook, and your free Science of Getting Rich special meditation MP3. Also, please consider donating $1 via Patreon to show your support. Thanks for watching.